What's going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with a free pick in the Minnesota Twins versus Chicago Cubs Major League Baseball matchup going down Wednesday, July 9th, 2025. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games that I love, head to Pickdawgz.com. Click the Experts tab at the top of the page. It's a great time to do so because we have a lot of action lined up for the week ahead. We've got Major League Baseball on the board. We've got WNBA action too, so make sure that you jump on board. Remember to use the promo code PICK at checkout for 15% off your purchase. Maybe the dog days of summer, but there's still plenty of money to be made, so make sure that you check that out. We've also hit our goal of 250,000 subscribers here on our YouTube channel. I appreciate each and every one of you that's helped us get to where we are today, but if you haven't already hit that subscribe button by now, please do so, and it'll help us reach our next goal. We're aiming for 1 million. And it's going to start here. We're going to go with this matchup between the Minnesota Twins and the Chicago Cubs. For the Minnesota Twins, it's David Festa listed as the starter in this one, while the Chicago Cubs will counter with Cade Horton. And for me, Horton, coming off a great start against the Cleveland Guardians, but over that stretch, who hadn't had a great start against the Cleveland Guardians? I mean, Horton was just one of many pitchers that had, done well against against Cleveland in that stretch. And prior to that, though, I mean, Horton had a really rough month of June. He had 3 of his final 4 starts in the month of June where he'd given up at least 4 runs. He's usually about a 4 to 5 inning guy, so it was just a really rough showing for Cade Horton in that month. And while the bullpen for the other Chicago Cubs was able to bail out Horton in some of those spots and at least maybe mitigate some of the damage, still back to having a 3.04 staff ERA in the month of July so far. And like I said, I just don't know how much I love the Cubs right now, considering that they had a great chance to do some damage in Tuesday's opener with Shota Imanaga pitching against, for me, what's still one of the weaker parts of that rotation for Minnesota, and Simeon Woods Richardson. And the Cubs offense couldn't get anything going in that game. And now you take on David Festa, who is still one of my least favorite options there as well. But if there's a sort of saving grace, a silver lining, if you will, to backing David Festa, it's that you do it when he's at home. Because at home this season, a 4.56 ERA compared to a 6.63 ERA on the road. Now, that doesn't sound great on paper, but when you just look at sort of the breakdown of how Festa's starts have gone, he's struggled in spots. He gave up 8 runs in relief, but in his starts at home this season, we've seen Festa go 4 2/3 of one unearned run baseball, 4 1/3 shutout innings against the Mets, 4 innings of 2-run ball against the White Sox, and 6 innings of 2-run ball against the Texas Rangers. Like I said, the one area where Festa really struggled was he gave up 8 runs on 12 hits and a pair of home runs over less than 5 innings of work against the Milwaukee Brewers in relief. But in the starts that Festa's had at home, he's been able to hold it down. And it's not a game I'm necessarily rushing to the window to bet, but maybe the Twins have started to find something. We've talked about it on our morning show, how the Twins are just a very streaky team. You fade them when they're cold until they start to turn it around. You ride them when they're hot until they start to fade. And right now, they're starting to pick up some wins. So I think the lesser of two evils here is catching the Twins as a home dog in a spot like this. So I'm going to take the Minnesota Twins in this one, and that's going to be my free pick. But just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pick Dawgz Premium. While you're Pick Dawgz, check out our betting tools. They're 100% free. They're the best betting tools in the business, and tools that you want to make sure that you have in your back pocket when you're making your best bets for the day's action. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon.